Alright guys, so today I'm making a very special dinner for a very special person. It's someone's birthday and they requested my Louisiana gumbo, and we're also doing some fried chicken and some macaroni and cheese. So I have my things all chopped up here ready to go. We've got our crab for the gumbo, the shrimp, our bell pepper, onion, celery. I still got some more chopping to do. I'm going to chop up the beef sausage for the gumbo. I'm going to season up the chicken to fry. Got my noodles going over there. So I'm going to check back with you in a minute once I get things going so you can see how this recipe comes together. Alright, so I'm getting my roux together for my gumbo. Well, actually, this is a stewed chicken. Come on over and look at it. So what you want to do, you want to start off boiling some chicken. Let it get nice and tender, and so it falls off the bone. And we put a little bit of gumbo filet in there. I'll tell you about what that is a little later. But we got the base for the gumbo. I'm making what's called a roux for the gumbo, which is basically kind of like the gravy or the sauce. The okra, the juice from the okra kind of makes it thick. It gives it some texture. So we're going to let these boil down for a minute and start to create that juice for the gumbo. Alright, so I'm getting ready to make my cheese mixture for the macaroni and cheese. You don't just want to dump whole cheese into your macaroni. So what you want to do is create a mixture. So we got the cheese. So pour a little bit of milk in here. And let that boil up. And stir it around a little bit. It's going to create a nice creamy texture for the macaroni. I'm going to let that boil. I'm getting ready to saute my onions and my celery for the macaroni and cheese. So, alright, so I'm going to saute some celery, some onions, some bell pepper. This is for the macaroni and cheese. You want to chop it up really fine, and the butter gives it a little bit of flavor. And of course, we got my Creole seasoning in there. This is where all the flavor is going to come in your macaroni and cheese. So put lots of seasoning in this little saute here. And come on over here, check out the cheese. We have our cheese mix going so you see it's nice and creamy. Alright, so for the macaroni and cheese, I got my noodles all boiled up here, and they're a little sticky. I let them sit a little bit too long, but that's okay. Pour that in there. And we're going to take our cheese mixture. I'm going to pour over our noodles. That looks delicious. And stir that around a little bit. And we're going to add the sauteed onion, celery, and bell pepper. And we're going to go ahead and mix that. After I do this, I'm going to add an egg, some milk, a little bit more seasoning, and then we're going to pour it in our baking pan and bake it for about 30 minutes on about 350. Alright, something that's a little non-traditional, but I put parsley flakes on mine. Give it a little distinct flavor. And I think that's about it. So I'm just going to mix this around a little bit, get it nice and seasoned. Don't be afraid of your seasoning. A lot of times people are afraid to go ahead and season. I'm very heavy-handed with my seasoning because it has to have some flavor. I'm going to take some eggs, go ahead and mix the eggs. Now what egg does when you batter it, makes it nice and crispy, helps the flour and the seasoning to stick. Alrighty, so we're going to take it after it's seasoned, put a little egg on there, and get it in the flour. Do a couple of those. Oh, I hear my oil over there getting ready. And come over here for a second with the camera. This is how you can tell when your oil is ready. Whenever you drop a little flour in there and it bubbles up, your oil is nice and hot. Take a peek at our gumbo here real quick. I'm going to put the seasoning in, the seafood in a second. It looks so good. Alright, so we'll be back in a second. Alright, so we're going to put the seafood in for the gumbo. It's the very last thing that you want to put in. And actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to break up the crab since we only have a couple. So we're going to break up the legs. Those in. Put the rest in a second, but I want to put the shrimp in. Now the shrimp, actually, the shrimp go in last because we don't want them to get soggy. Alright guys, so we're all finished with dinner. I have my macaroni and cheese, our fried chicken, and of course our gumbo. Come a little closer so you can see what we have here. Fried chicken is all finished, looks delicious. KFC cannot compete. We have our macaroni and cheese that is real, homemade, Louisiana style macaroni and cheese. And our gumbo, and this is for my very special friend for her birthday. Should I tell them how old you are?
No.
She's timeless, just like me. So we're going to go and eat. So unfortunately, guys, this recipe is only available in my book, Stilettos in the Kitchen. Get it online, stilettosinthekitchen.com. And this is your last chance to get an autographed copy. So go to the site, get your book, and be extraordinary. And we're going to go eat. See you next time.